From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Travis Kelce. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. Jukes one defender. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. It's Pacheco again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He's on the move. Near the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas City. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So that brings up 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Hurts now on 4th. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 11. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs take possession of the football. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
And he gets him around 6 there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play action, Mahomes. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. New set of downs for him at the 38. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that is a big hit right after that catch. so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They have it 3rd and 7. Again, Mahomes to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dotson now in motion right. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. And big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chiefs get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Yellow.
He finds him right side. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs take a 3-possession lead. Reed now to kick this one away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that means third down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On third down, it's Hurts. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
On fourth down, Hurts has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. First and 10 now from the 30. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone.
We're good.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hey, Sunday.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Hey, 43, 15.
Pacheco finds the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs make it a 24-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Hits him on the out route. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts throwing again. He fires one deep down the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
They'll try to run it in. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Back to throw, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. This one finds Kelsey. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Working quickly here. Third down, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles take possession just shy of midfield following the interception and the lengthy return.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something to the return.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. A play fake now hurts to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And it sets up second down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Hurts trying again on second down. Forced out to his right. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
In Kansas City, going to the dime look on third down. We've got 6 DBs out there. As the open man downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles make it an 11-point ball game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. McCole Hardman now on the return. And look at this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
Yellow.
He'll throw it. Stays in the pocket. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So it's second down coming up. One last play before the break. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And it's going to be second down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
This one finds Goddard. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
He's throwing for it. And they get the two-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Notice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the two-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot. And who knows, maybe we'll have a two-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yellow.
Trying again following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Completed to his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He's back to throw. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Darius Slay has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, you know, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Hardman with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
I don't need to. Right side.
The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Right side.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Eagles are tackled on the return right along their own 40-yard line.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on second down. Taken in by Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
63. Great.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This finds Smith. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Hurts. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs are tackled on the return after taking the interception back to the 25. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 2nd and 3. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it. And he will take it back for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead off the turnover. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Hardman with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And his charge towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 7. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Mahomes hits his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here we go on 4th with Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with a first down yardage. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable.
That's your first one.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Yellow.
Again, Mahomes to throw. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Yellow.
Back to the air, Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. From the red zone now. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up second down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. From the gun, Piron. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Working quickly here. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 43. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun handoff to Piron. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chiefs now within 1 score in the 4th. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal.
And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. We're going to go with Barkley. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Looking to throw. Headed out right. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to
Crap, I see you.
Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Setting up to pass. On target to Worthy. And that will not be enough for a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this third down. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They'll run it with Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They go to Barkley again. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Back to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Here he is to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. And now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now here's Mahomes. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early. I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Hurts. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. We're scoreless after one. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target.
Real shit right
there. On the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Good bounce back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. From the gun, it's Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Great, set.
Up the middle with Barkley. Trucks over him. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now he's free at the 35. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, Charles, after the first quarter was just complete disaster for them, everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter two.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score.
You see, I'm not playing with you, right?
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. He'll buy some time right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
63, 63, 63. No touch.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
That's to the pylon and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. From 13 yards out. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead at 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And he will be brought
Thank
down
God.
on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Still going. They can't stop him. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
That's a tremendous start to the 3rd quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Mahomes going to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Down the right sideline. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Jalen Watson dropped him defensively. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. James Bradbury there to make the tackle. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunity.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Half a dot.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Patrick going to change the play. Mahomes will throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This for the lead in the final stages. Butker's kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
No touch. No touch.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Here's 1st down.
Great, set. No touch.
He'll look to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hey, 73. No touch.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Yanni. No touch.
Back to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
He's back to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Flush to his right.
Nice solid gain there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. A big play here. 3rd and 2. Throwing is Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Now 1st and goal. Hurts. Rolling to his right. This ball intercepted. And the Chiefs have shown up this football game. And just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talking about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Close.